on your next. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back, everyone, to Kate and Jimbo. It's been a minute since we've been live. It is now the end of November. It's the 28th of November. It's nearly Christmas. And we thought, you know what? It's about time we showed our faces on the screen again. Obviously, people might have seen me on the terrace, and we may have seen Jimbo and I on We Are Tottenham TV doing the pump-ups, but we've not been on here for 6 weeks. So we are back. Jimbo, how you doing? It's good to be back, no?
Well, first, it is good to be back. I said to you, we need to start doing some more shows on ours, and I just want to thank all the people that stayed members.
Yeah,
because,
massively.
I'm not going to lie, we've been struggling a bit with a few things going on. So it's not that we didn't want to stream, it's just that we couldn't stream or wasn't in the mood to stream a lot of the time. But I think things are looking up and we're a little bit more upbeat, so we will start getting back to our normal times, hopefully.
Just want to make it clear that we weren't struggling in our marriage.
No,
that wasn't what it was.
no, that never happened.
It was just it was everything else. It's just been a bit tough, but you know what? Sometimes a few weeks away from the screen, it does you the world of good. But we're back, and yeah, I reiterate what Jimbo said. Thank you so much to everyone who stayed supporting the channel,
members.
Yeah, all the people that sent us messages as well. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it really means the world to us. So thank you very much indeed. Let's have a look who's in the chat before we delve into so much has happened since we were last on screen. We have got lovely Anthony, one of our mods, says, smash the like button on your way in for Kate and Jimbo, subscribe and turn on your bell notification so you never miss this lovely couple in the future. Big up, Anthony. Look at that gorgeous doggy in the picture. Big up, Matt, as well, saying, come on, you Gunners. Big up, Rob Always United, another mod. Good to see you. Ben Bryan is here as well, saying, big up, Kate and Jim. Glad to see you back. Much love back at you. All the Arsenal fans are big smiles on their faces at the minute. Big up, Eltel Cockerell. Jose, good to see you as always. Mika says, come on, you KAs. What's that? Come on, you Kate. Arse? I don't know, but welcome. Good to see you. Nita's here. She says, hi, Kate and Jimbo. Dropped in to say hi. Much love. Much love. Hope you are well, Nita. Don't forget, you've got my email if you need me. Big up Leo says, there's always hope, my homie. Big up Ash. Ash or is it Anton? They're two sides of the same coin, according to KJ and who else said it last night? It was KJ and I can't think who was on the show last night. My brain's gone dead. But yes, Ash, aka Anton, aka Ash, is in the house saying, look at that cup. Yes, look at the beautiful cup. It's got an elf hat coming out of it at the minute, which is a little bit peculiar. Yeah, William thought it'd be good to buy Jim an elf hat, and I've got reindeer antlers downstairs, which will be put on near the time coming up to Christmas.
I'll put that on my dog.
Yeah, it looks better on the dog, to be fair. And we will have to do a Christmas intro as well. Leo says, life be life in sometimes. Exactly that. Life is tough. Let's not forget that. It is tough. Big up Drew Lala. She says, evening, you lovely couple. Great to see you back. I've stayed away from all Spurs channels and it's been refreshing. Do you know what, Drew? We haven't really watched any YouTube at all. We just took a complete break from... We even took a break from real life people, Jim, didn't we? Yesterday's the first time we've actually really been out of the house and seen anybody. We
needed some time on our own.
Took some time as a family to get our head around a few things. And yeah, but I'm actually glad to be back. I'm feeling refreshed. Life is not that bad. Let's put it that way. Twisted Bubba is here. Big up to you. Says hi, Kate and Jim.
Great name. I love that name.
Yeah, I know. Matt says Kate and Jim duo, iconic duo back on my screen. Thank you, Matt. Anthony says, been that long since we see you. 4-1 to the Arsenal. Hopes Jimbo's blood pressure was okay that lovely Sunday afternoon. I've got to be honest and say, watching the North London derby, I don't think either of us got particularly irate during it. It was just a kind of the whole way through. It was like,
I got more irate with the PSG game.
Yeah, because Arsenal, we just didn't turn up. Whereas PSG, I thought we was really good, but we just made stupid mistakes.
So I was really upset with the PSG game because it was we was the architect of our own downfall.
Yeah, but yeah, not a great week, but yeah, hey, it is what it is. Big up, Shemtan says, hi, Princess Kate, so Jimbo, glad to see you both on your own stream for a change. Yes, and at a different time. We couldn't do lunchtime because we had to go here, there, and everywhere today. But we will set a schedule and try and stick to it. But there might be shows in the evening because it just depends what we've got on that week. Always welcome, Nita, you know that. Good evening, Mama Flossie. Good to see my lovely. Was it just acceptance? I think you watched the first 10 minutes of Tottenham Arsenal and or Arsenal Tottenham, and you kind of knew we hadn't turned up, and it just didn't get any better, and it never looked like getting any better. So yeah, it was kind of like, this is going to be embarrassing. Obviously Richarlison scored that wonderful goal, which really hasn't had much credit for because it didn't mean anything, but it was just one of those games. Everyone has them sometimes, and it was just a bit disappointing. But the overreaction from some of our fans screaming for Thomas Frank to be sacked is absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion. Big up to lovely Lisa. Says, hey, you lovely people. So good to see you. Lots of love and hugs. Big love and hugs back to you, Lisa. Always good to see you, my lovely. Big up Paul Rowland as well. Says, big up to you too. Chelsea will have you smiling on Sunday. Oh, let's hope so. Ash is saying, away the lads. Obviously, Jimbo, let's start. I don't want to really go over the North London derby too much because that was feels like ages ago now. It's been a massive thing.
That's the good thing about football. When we lost 4-1, what was the first thing I said to you? We got a game on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you do well in that game, and then you put that aside. So it does seem like a while ago, Kate.
Yeah, big up Taz said, I have missed you both. That's very sweet. And Matt says, I know we make fun of our tifos, but when that tifo came out, I think both clubs, both sets of players, supporters knew the game was going Arsenal's way. I hope we keep that tifo for big games. I think before then, Matt, I mean, most Tottenham fans are not idiots, I would hope, and know that the level that Arsenal are at the minute is we're nowhere near that at the
What are you
moment.
saying? I
So
thought we was going to kick their asses.
yeah, but you're not like I said. Most aren't stupid, and you're borderline a bit of a donut. So, but obviously, like I say, the North London derby seems like ages ago. Then obviously, Arsenal beat Bayern Munich 3-1, and then we went to PSG. Now, I went on the terrace last night, and they kind of half laughed, and I went, "Look, who watched it?" And Ram was the only one who did. And I think if you don't watch that game, you look at it and go, "Oh, typical Spurs, letting 5 goals against PSG. They're so shit." It wasn't like that at all, Jimbo, was it? I mean,
No,
what did you make of the PSG game?
I thought that we was as good as them, right? And in certain times in the game, right? Well, they did seem to at times be able to step up their gear, but they should do with the players they got. But individual errors from us, right? Sarr should have cleared the ball when we were 2-1 up. Another one goes in the box and he tries to kick it, misses it, to clear it, completely misses the ball. The silly handball with his hand up, But I mean, I did watch that a couple of times, and I'm not so sure that he wouldn't have scored if they hadn't have hit his arm. It looked like it was going to go in unless the keeper got it. But it's just individual errors from us and moments of brilliance from them. 2 super goals. I just thought that we really played well against them, and it kind of papered over us losing 5-3. It could have easily have been a draw. On a different day we could have won by a goal. But look, at the end of the day, for me, and probably piss a few Arsenal fans off, but I think they're the best team in the world at the minute. And what they've got in their cabinet proves that. So
I mean,
Arsenal got to try to take that away from them this year.
That Vitinha, I don't know how you say his name. I think it must be Vitinha, the guy who scored the hat trick. What a player!
Yeah.
Oh my god! And of course, they didn't even have Desiree Doué playing, but they've got the likes of Hakimi, Barcola. This is why I was so convinced. Yeah, this is why I was so convinced last year that PSG were going to win the Champions League. And I really fought for them because I think people just thought that they were the team of old, and they're not. They're such a well-drilled. They're so brilliant to watch as well. I mean, they're not great to play against. They're scary as hell, but they're good to watch. And I agree with Matt says it as well. I think we can take far more positives out of that game than negatives.
Yeah, massively. Massively. I mean, I put you on the pump up when the team come out. People in the chat were crying their eyes out. And I said to you,
I was left a little bit speechless. I didn't even know what to say at the pump up. But the likes of Archie Gray and Bergvall really stood up to the task. And I thought both of those were excellent on the day.
This is where the fans have got to have faith in Frank. And think he knows what he's doing. He watches the players in training. He knows who's ready, who's not ready, who will be up for it, who won't be up for it. And he put that team out. And I said, I've got faith in him. I think they'll do well. And look how they did. They did well. And it was only a few bits of magic from them and individual errors from us that made that game 5-3.
Yeah, I mean, random Kolo Muani had a fantastic game. I don't know if it was because it was against his parent club, but I thought he really showed what he could do. I think Romero was poor. I didn't think Spence was too bad. But
Spence played well.
Yeah, I thought Spence played well as well. I thought Romero was a bit shaky. But obviously he misses this weekend's game anyway because he's suspended. But yeah, I do agree. I think Kolo Muani and Gray were 2 big positives, and I thought Bergvall going forward was excellent as well. So yeah, a lot of good things to take from that game. Matt says he agrees. He thinks PSG are the best, Bayern second, and we're third. I was asked that question last night. Are they Arsenal the best team in the world? And I said, if you look on current form, yes, they are. But to come out and just say they're the best team in the world when you're up against the likes of Real Madrid, who have won the Champions League 15 times, and the likes of PSG, who are current winners of the Champions League, and the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, all these teams that have won multiple trophies more recently, But on current form, Arsenal are sitting top of the Premier League
Yeah,
and
but it
top.
doesn't mean that they're the best team, Kate. They're in the competition still, right? And the ones below them are in the competition, right?
Yeah.
So they're all there. It's the same as the Premiership, right? Whoever's second, I think there's own. Chelsea are still in the Premiership. The thing is with Arsenal fans, right? And I'm not saying all of you, Matt, right? I watched the Terrace last night, and I watched some of the people in the chat, and I watched the guys on the screen who are cringe. I'm talking absolute
Not
cringe.
all, not Kunle.
Okay, they're all cringe, the Arsenal fans on there. I'm sure even Kunle thinks they're going to win everything, right? They think they're going to win everything. You can't sit there and think, oh yeah, we've got the. They think they've won the Champions League. They think they've won the league. And that silly muppet on there, I don't know what his name is, right? He's going,
Anton.
when we win the Premier League, well, and the Champions League, and if we win a domestic cup, right, and then
And if England win the World Cup.
then he went, yeah, and then if England win the World Cup with Rice, and it's like, what the fuck is this guy on? You know, you've won nothing for years, right? And I'm sorry, Arsenal fans, this is just a fact, right? You've got to get it over the line today, this season, and then you can start chirping. But don't chirp before you got the trophy in the cabinet. We got the trophy in the cabinet. We can chirp.
I mean, Anton sat there last night and said there is absolutely 100% no way Arsenal won't win something this year, and that Declan Rice will win the Ballon d'Or. You know, unless he's got a crystal ball, no one knows at all what's going to happen.
Look. Let's be honest, right? Arsenal are up there, and they're up there for a reason. Well, I've always said this every season. That who's ever at the top, right, is there for a reason. That's because they're playing the best football. Arsenal and Chelsea are playing the best football at the minute. I think Arsenal are more consistent than Chelsea, right?
Yep.
I think Arsenal are more consistent than Chelsea, but Chelsea are only 3 points behind. I think I'm right. They're 3 points behind. So it's still not a foregone conclusion that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. All right, they're favourites, and they're favourites for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's not a foregone conclusion. And how these people can sit there and think Arsenal are going to win the Champions League, they've got a good chance of winning the Champions League. But you can't put out Barcelona, right? You can't put out Real Madrid. You can't put out Bayern Munich. They had a bad game against Arsenal. It don't mean next time they play that it's going to be the same scoreline.
PSG.
PSG.
City.
You know, Atletico are in there.
City. Man City.
Man City.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too early. I mean, you can't win the league in November. I do think if Arsenal win against Chelsea, they probably will go on to win the league. I think they are favourites to win the league.
Conclusion, Kate, because football is one of these games that you can lose a game and all of a sudden you lose a little bit of confidence. Might draw a game, win one, then draw another one, and then all of a sudden you've lost 7 points. It's a funny game, football, and it always comes back and bites you on the arse.
Big up Lou, who's listening while she's driving. Make sure you go over and sub to Lou as well. Spill the tea, Lou. Erwin, big up to you, my lovely. He says, Jesus, hi, Kate and Jimbo. Sorry I ain't been here for a while, but I hope you're both doing well and happy. Come on, you Spurs. Good to see you, Erwin. I hope you're well. It's always nice to see you, obviously. Look, you get Muppets in every fan base. Look at the Tottenham fans that were on the terrace arguing with me after 10 games that we're going to win the league. You're always going to get some of them. I just kind of... I'm at an age now, whereas, there's a lot of Tottenham fans that would rather Tottenham fail than Arsenal win the league. Like, that's just how they feel because they hate Arsenal so much. I've kind of grown out of the rivalry a bit because I've got friends that are Arsenal fans that I know I would be happy for if Arsenal win the league, even though I don't really want them to. But there's just too much social media banter these days. I think it's kind of ruined the game a little bit.
Who was that? Bring the last one up.
That was Anthony.
Anthony, listen to me, right? I know I've got friends that are Arsenal fans, and I love to have a little banter with them. But some of these people that go on some of these streams, like they're talking like you've won all the trophies already, and football don't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. mean, can you imagine if you walk away not winning a trophy this season, how muggy they're going to look?
Mm.
You know, it's just that they'll look such idiots, and it could happen. You know, it's not a foregone conclusion you're going to win all these trophies.
The football gods, look at Hassan when Liverpool drew Atalanta, and he did that whole stream laughing, and then they lost to Atalanta in the Champions League. Things just happen sometimes to, screw you over. Nita says, them lot up the road think they're unbeatable, more like unbearable. The gun runners, I have the world of them gooners around. Well, someone has to support them. Nope, not me. Come on, you Spurs. Yes, indeed. What I will say is if we beat Chelsea, I think we will win the Premier League. I'll put my neck on the line with that, but other trophies remains to be seen. Yeah, I mean...
It must be favourites to win the Premier League because you're playing the best football. Chelsea are a little bit inconsistent, right? But they do seem to be picking up now. But, I mean, how many games have we played? 12?
Yep.
So there's 26 games left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't be talking about winning the league with 26 games left. You know, it's ridiculous.
Twisted. There's always that. Could Arsenal peak too soon? Who knows? I don't wish injuries on any player, but if all of a sudden Saka, Rice, go down injured, Arsenal's whole team changes. And yes, they've got depth, but Rice and Saka are two of their most important players. Gabriel's been out. You just don't know. You never know what's going to happen. Big up Lee Statham. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Big up Dark Knight says, hi, Kate and Jimbo. I haven't a clue why YouTube sent me here. I'm a long-suffering Man U fan, but it feels warm and nice. You're welcome here. We've got long-suffering Man United fans. We've got Arsenal fans. We've got Leeds fans. We've got Liverpool fans.
As well. They're long-suffering. Don't forget that.
You're always welcome here, DJ. Welcome to the family. It's quite chilled here. You won't get bantered too much. Only the Gooners get that. But yeah, good to see you. Matt says peaked. We're without Gabriel, Odegaard, and Gyökeres. Yeah, but you've only just become without those. You've had Gabriel earlier in the season. I don't know about Odegaard, but Gyökeres you definitely have as well. So, but as Anthony says, if they do win against Chelsea, it's 9 points.
Is it? Is it 9 points? How
Is
far are they right now?
I don't know. Let me look at
Go on, you look.
Let me look at the Premier League table here. What's going on? Arsenal have got 29 points. Chelsea have got 23. Yeah, so it'll be 9 points.
All right. Well, so they've got a good. So even if they lose that, they're still in a good position. I thought it was 3 points.
Jimbo, I know you don't like Arsenal, but please don't make out that Spurs played well against PSG because it was a training match for them. But no credit for Arsenal have done so far.
I've just give Arsenal credit, Lynn. I just said they're doing well, right? But I don't think I could praise them anymore, right? As a Spurs fan, saying that they're favourites for the Champions League, but there's Arsenal fans out there going on streams talking like you've won the quad, like you're going to win the quad this season, And it's like you've got to get it over the line, and they haven't got it over the line for the last 6 years. So if I was an Arsenal fan, I don't think I'd be chirping too much until they got it over the line.
And all this, don't make out Spurs played well against PSG because it was a training match. I think that's really, really disrespectful to Spurs because we definitely,
really well.
Yeah, and we definitely had PSG rattled. But each their own. Love your passion, Kate. Well, you've got to be passionate about things in life, and unfortunately, mine is Tottenham. My Mickey van der Ven there. I changed it. Vicario was there, but then I remember we had the Mickey van der Ven Bilbao one, and I said to Jimbo, we've got to put that one up. So Vicario is actually off screen, but he's next to me. That's Ben Bryant. That's exactly what I would do. Just take it one game at a time. That's exactly what you should do.
And Arsenal fans, you should. Right, you should be a little bit nervous because you've been in these positions before and lost it. You could have beat. Who was it? If you'd have beat someone one season, you'd have been 11 points.
Wasn't it?
Was it? And they would have been 11 points in front, and then they ended up losing and ended up coming second. So I would be a little bit hold it back.
Not only that, but sometimes it's nice to be humble, to sit there and go, do you know what? We're doing really well. They're exceeding my expectations. We're doing brilliant. But let's just calm down and go you know, you don't have to be so obnoxious about it.
I didn't see
It's
the game against Bayern, but everything I've heard, they played fantastic. But I didn't see it.
it's like the Liverpool fans that did celebratory streams in the summer because they signed Isak and Wirtz. Oh, you might as well give us the league now. How stupid do they look now? You know, they're sitting in 12th place. So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes being humble is good. Erwin says, I'm all good, thank you. I was in hospital because of my arthritis in my spine, but I'm back fit and healthy. Good to see you both. And Arsenal will win in feckle. Well, I'm glad you're out of hospital and better. I'm suffering with my back at the minute, so I feel your pain. What about George when he said that Spurs were going to win against Arsenal? He made himself look a fool. Yeah,
I said that, but I never say we're going to lose against
yeah.
anybody.
Do you know what, Jimbo? If you went on a pump up and said we were going to lose, I think everyone in the pump up would leave because no one would expect you to ever say we're going to lose.
I can't say we're going to lose. It's not in my blood.
Anthony says, Jimbo, I fully agree. Arsenal fans like Egal, Anton, Lee Gunner, just to name a few, need their heads spinning, giving Arsenal fans everywhere a bad reputation. I like to say there's idiots in every single fan base.
It's not. I wouldn't say they're idiots.
No,
They're
not all. Not idiots. That people that will embarrass you.
Yeah, some of them are deluded that they think they're going to win the quad.
Like you.
Well,
you said we were going to win the quad last year. Or
everybody knows what I'm like, but it's just me. It's just the way I am. But they go on there, and it's like I just think, oh my God, they're talking about is Rice the best player in the world? And it's, well, why are we even having that conversation? With some of the players that are out there.
Paul says Arsenal's European record is embarrassing for the world's greatest. Just saying, yep, that's true. Says love it. You answer. I'm not sure they're our fans. They're just people that come in and talk to us. And if they're not here, we haven't got a show because that's what makes the show what it is. We like to chat. Oh, shut up. The truth prevails always, says Kate and Jimbo, my favourite YouTube couple. How sweet is that? We all know Arsenal do more choking than Body Blue. It's nearly choking season for them. Don't stress, it's perpetual. I love it. That's my favourite comment so far. Big up, Cassandra. Hope you're better. Said I felt uncomfortable being right about the Arsenal score and didn't expect much from PSG. Played well first half, but defensively poor. 9 goals conceded in 2 defensive games. I wouldn't say we was overly. I know we played 5 at the back against PSG, but we really did go for it.
Yeah. When we did the pump up, someone put in the chat, I can't remember who it was, that they were going to win 4-1, and I was taking the pee out of him.
Yeah, for the Arsenal game. He went, it's never going to be 4-1.
But when it was 4-1 at the end, that was the first thing I said to Kate. I started laughing. I said, well, he mugged me off.
Big up Rock Tat says, even Kate and Jimbo, hope you're well. Good to see you. We're good. Hope you're well. Cassandra says, I also understand the banter, but some of the comments from Arsenal fans have been ludicrous. Yeah. Put your hand up if your team's won a UEFA recognised trophy. Put those hands down, Woolwich.
But it's not. Look, I'm not ever saying it's you or Anthony, but some of them start saying that their players are the best players in the world in their positions. Like all of a sudden, they've got the best right back in the world, the best left back in the world, the best goalkeeper in the world, the best
midfielder.
Yeah, it's like you're doing well and you're playing really well as a team, and it's about time after 6 years under Arteta. But let's stay humble till you've got that trophy. We got the trophy. Look. If you don't win nothing this season, I'll explain to you how it feels.
Congratulations, Simon Cohen says, I'm just celebrating 40 years of marriage and 58 years supporting Spurs. I'm a lucky boy. Congratulations. If we ever get to 40 years of marriage, Jimbo, you will be
fucking 100, I think.
86, and I'll be 70. But you never know. We may get there. It depends if you behave.
I've been supporting Spurs for well over 50 years.
I've not even been alive for 50 years. So, same rookie manager, same result, definition of insanity and all that. Oh, I'm loving this. My God, Kate, if you came to my fun pub, you'd never leave. Fun Pub Hotel California. I do love a fun pub. Especially if it's got a karaoke machine, I'll be there.
I had one of them. I had a fun club.
Yes, he did. Snooker club with like a party room upstairs.
That was real fun, believe me.
Don't be rude.
Never
Don't
robbed.
be rude.
I said it was fun there.
I know. Don't go any further. We don't want to reveal all our secrets. A hopeful Arsenal fan, but realistic. Yeah. It's like, big up Dermot. Good to see you, my lovely. It's like for the likes of Anthony, for Matt, for Kunle. I will be really pleased for you. I won't be pleased what's happened, but I will be pleased for you. And I had Arsenal fans come to me when we won the European trophy and said, I'm pleased for you, which I get. And that's how it should be. At the end of the day, it is only football. Matt says, Jimbo, I love you, bro, because I wish you put £1 on every mad result you predict. One day you'll win big, big. The 2 times he's got it right, he didn't bet on it, the silly arse.
Do you know what? When that guy said 4-1 in the chat, I nearly said to him, well, I'm going to have a bet on that, just to say. I didn't. I forget, because I get in the mood for the game. But I think we were both quite relaxed, weren't we, when we was watching it?
Yeah, I think there was a bit of resignation that they're so much better than we are.
I was really upset in the PSG game. I got really upset because it's such a hard game to win. And it's a game, if you win, you're making a statement, right? And I thought we played really well. And it was our individual errors that let us down.
And I remember sitting there defending Ange last season or the season before and saying, how can you blame Ange for individual errors, moments of lack of concentration? And we're seeing it again this year. And our players have got to get out of this. You know, Romero won the World Cup, but the times he loses concentration or makes even the stupid card that he got against Arsenal that now means he can't play this weekend, it's just pathetic. Nita said, you're not seeing any Arsenal player make them saves Van der Ven has, or the runs that Van der Ven has made, running like a striker with the ball and hitting the back of the net. We love VDV. Yes, we do. And he looks bloody gorgeous as well. One Dan says, what's Arsenal's European record? Did they buy it from Timo? Anthony said, just putting it out there for all the Tottenham fans, Arsenal have been a North London team since 1913 and Tottenham have only been a recognised North London team since 65. That's only because they changed the borders. Don't be ridiculous. You was bloody South London Woolwich. That's what you're known as. Your name is Woolwich Arsenal. Woolwich Arsenal. Don't go there, Andy. Don't make me have to give you a slap. Truth says, to be fair to them, Arsenal have bought very good ingredients for their meal. Unfortunately for them, they have a burger flipper from McDonald's preparing that meal. I love it. It's so refreshing to just come here and listen and have a laugh. Wonderful. That's all we try and do. Life's too difficult to start shouting and screaming and being miserable. My bros, go on.
You read this and then I'll say it.
Ben says, my brother supports Liverpool. He's having a full-blown meltdown.
And another team that drive me fucking mad, Liverpool, right? They won everything under the sun, right? They win the Premiership last season. They have a bad to run this season, right? They want everybody sacked. All the sudden Salah shit, all the sudden Van Dijk shit. Look, it drives me insane. They're having a bad run, right? They pull out of it and they start coming back. But if they want everybody sacked and they have meltdowns on the screen, you know, and I just think, oh my God, honestly, it does my head in. It really does my head in. They don't back their team. You know, they don't support their manager and their players. What Salah and Van Dijk have done for Liverpool, right? It's off the planet. Mm-hmm. And yet they have a few bad games and all of a sudden they want them out of the club and they're not good enough anymore. And I just think, oh, God.
Entitlement. That's what it is, entitlement. Amazon's here. The truth prevails. I said this on the terrace and I got crucified. Says Arsenal are just like Spurs. Eventually they will win something, but 99% of the time it's disappointment. Arsenal used to be a big club decades ago, but have a handicap with their manager. I said this on the terrace, right? And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful because I don't mean we're at the same level as them. What I meant was we had this point with Poch where we was playing sensational football. and we got to the Champions League final, but we never actually got over the line and won something. And when you heard Tottenham fans talking about it, you heard them constantly saying, we don't invest. The manager did this, whatever. Then Arsenal have gone through this patch, and I was listening to Arsenal fans talk, and they were like, oh, the owners don't do this and the owners don't do that, and moaning about similar things. But why I think it's different is Arsenal have ignored the fans and they've stuck with Mikel Arteta. They've backed him, and they've backed him very, very well. The recruitment's been excellent, and I've just got a feeling that they've done it. They've just found all the right ingredients, and at the right time, because the likes of Man City, Liverpool, even Chelsea, even though they're in second, they've all kind of dropped off a bit. So I think Arsenal have hit it at the right time and with the right team. And it's not nice as their rivals, but, you know, they've done it the right way. People were calling for Arteta to be sacked, and they stuck with him, ignored the fans, and they're starting to look like they're going to reap the rewards. Watch other teams lobbing the Arsenal keeper from the halfway line in the weeks to come. Yeah, exactly that. Big up Jimmy Hotspur. Good to see you. What do you say to the people calling for Frank's head? Well, I say this. If we've sacked Thomas Frank tomorrow, what will it achieve? We're bringing another manager. Say we sack Thomas Frank and bring in Iriola or Glasner or whoever. We might get a new manager bounce, but nothing else is really going to change. He's still going to have the same pool of players. Daniel Levy's now gone. So surely we should just back Frank, see what the board does for him, see how they back him, see what he can do with this team. Already, we finished 17th last season. Already I can see improvements in the team. So I think people need to stop with the cancel culture, like the slot out brigade. Stop being so entitled and just give the manager time. Pochettino didn't start off brilliant, and yet he ended up giving us such a great period of time. So I would say I'd call for patience and just say get behind the manager. What about you, Jimbo?
There's very few managers that walk into a club and start brilliant, right? Slot was actually quite lucky because they had a real settled team, and they come in and they hit the ground running. But they should have done as well with the team that they've got. But yeah, why would we sack him? What are we going to do? Bring a new manager in? He's got the same players, exactly the same players. Look, I don't slag players down. Very rarely I do, right? But our front line's not blessed, right? But hopefully Muani and Richarlison might what's that?
Love you, Kate and Jimbo. If we ever meet, I'll let you give me a slap over the back of the head.
Maybe they're gonna get a partnership going. I don't know, but Muani looks a little bit more like he's got a bit of confidence. So let's see what happens. But our front line's not blessed. Let's be honest, right? Yeah. It's not. And he needs a couple of windows, I think. You know, see who they bring in January and give him next summer.
I've said this so many times. I'm going to say it again. People underestimate what Harry Kane did for our team. The times he got us out of shit when we were playing terrible, but he'd come up with a late goal. And so all those managers that might have finished better or started better or whatever had that player in their ranks. And Harry Kane is a once in a generation player. I don't care what anyone says. He is an unbelievable striker. So had you not had Conte, had Mourinho, had Poch even not had Kane, would the seasons have been the same? You know, there's so many different contexts and what's the word? Variables that have to be taken into account. I think people forget just what an impact Harry Kane had on our team. Liverpool fans are ungrateful. Arsenal would trade Win the Dog to Epstein for that league trophy. So would I. I'd trade Jimbo for it. I'm just going to put it out there. Tom THFC says, hi, great to see you back. Smash the lights of this great show. Come on, you Spurs. Exactly that. Destiny coming in with just the pot and the heart. Kate, what are Spurs lacking and need in January? Look, I think we've got high hopes with Muani, but I think we need to get rid of a Richarlison and bring in another real top striker. And I also think that the left wing is still a concern. You've got Odebert, You've got Richarlison, but they're not good enough. And I still think, I mean, it depends. Kulusevski and Maddison are proving to be a much bigger miss than I thought they would
And
be.
Solanke.
Yeah, and Solanke, but I'm talking about the midfield. So I don't know when Kulu's back. No one seems to actually be able to give an actual answer of when he's back. Obviously, Madders isn't going to be back this season. But yeah, I think we need work on the attacking. I think Kudus on the right has kind of cemented his spot there, even though he's been indifferent, but I think he's carrying a knock.
A creative midfielder as well, we need.
Who?
Definitely. A creative midfielder.
Yeah, because like I say, we don't even know if Maddison and Kula will ever get back to being like they were. We'll have to wait and see.
Well,
So
I don't think I just think to myself, they're good players. We need them back.
a lot of people say,
a
lot of people say we need a better goalkeeper than Vicario, but
I mean, I
not
like
sure.
Vicario. I'm sorry, I do. I think that he's
I
top
think it's
keeper.
a work in progress, don't you?
Well, I think he's done really well for us.
Yeah, he has, but he's had games where he's been dreadful as well.
Yeah, it's mainly with the not with the saving.
No,
with
the set pieces, wasn't it?
Yeah, set
And his
pieces and with his feet.
distribution. Yeah. But
But
look,
he's learning. I've noticed he's done a lot better the last 10 or so games. With doesn't take as many chances, gets rid of the ball quicker.
I think the set piece coach at Spurs has worked wonders so far. But yeah, I think we just need to develop that attacking line, get a real top striker if we can, and a left winger for sure. And like Jim says, maybe a creative midfielder, maybe a left back. But it's the attack that worries me more than anything else. We just seem to lack the spark, like that real, like where defenders go, oh shit, they've got so and so playing. Muani, I do think that he's a good player, but I think the likes of Richarlison, even though he's a top scorer and he scored some great goals this season, he's not the guy. Lou says home, but still listening while I get the kettle on. Obnoxious is a great word, Kate. Fun to say. That I don't know why, but that reminds me of Elf. It's just the sort of thing that Elf would say. It's fun to say. It's about time I watched that film, actually. Big up, Ronnie says, hi, Kate and Jim. Hope you're both well. As much as we love Tottenham, our health is the most important thing. Exactly that. And mental health and physical health. Don't neglect your mental health, people. If you're struggling, take some time out. I can't recommend it highly enough. Your mental health affects you physically as well, because I was not in a good place. Spurs need a left winger and a central attacking midfielder. Yeah, basically what we said. Jimmy says we need 3 quality players in January, however difficult it may be. It's time for Enoch to put up, or if not, sell. Yeah.
So I said the other day, Jimmy, that we need to upgrade. Look, I'm not saying Tell and Odebert won't come good, because I mean with Odebert the other day I didn't think he was very good at all. But I can see glimpses of them getting better, especially Tell, right? But when you think that they spent like 35 on Tell, you put another 30 grand, 40 grand on there, 40 million on there, right? Which in Tottenham's like bubble is not a lot. You upgrade your player a lot, and this is what Tottenham need to stop doing. Is skimping on players. They need to go out if they want to be a challenging team. They need to spend the money and pay the wages. And
quality over quantity.
Yeah, and the stadium's earning a fortune.
Yeah, I agree. Poch's gift to us, he had Spurs on a level that enough teams didn't like to play us. Yeah, I never thought we'd lose to anyone. I literally thought we could beat anyone in the world. We were playing sublime, but he did have the benefit of having a magnificent team. Carl Walker, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Danny Rose, Harry Kane, Son, Dele Alli, so many amazing players in that team. Yeah, Dembele. Oh my God. Sonny says we need our owners to come good in January, otherwise Thomas Frank ain't got a chance. Sometimes you only get the opportunity to sign a player when other teams aren't looking, in a sense. Let's be ruthless for once. Yep, completely agree.
But they should be getting the deals done now. So it's all ready to go on the 1st of January.
Yeah. Kate, you're right about where you are. However, the fans will want a replacement if last season and you may finish 8th or 9th and no cups. Do you know what, Lynn? Half of our fans won't be happy no matter what. So, look,
I
I,
take football, right, and I've done it all my life supporting Tottenham. If you finish 9th or you finish 10th, I mean, look, I can remember when Tottenham were just a mid-table team, but they won trophies, right? They won. Then it was the Carling Cup, I think it was then, and when we won FA Cups, right? Quite regular, we won cups, but we were a mid-table team, and I was always happy with that the next season. And if we didn't win a trophy the next season, I would think, shit, we go again next season. Next season we will win a trophy, and that's how I looked at football. But nowadays it's so different. I mean, look, that's what I said to you about the Liverpool fans. Because they've won everything, they think they should be winning everything every year. But football's not like that. There's only 4 trophies to win. That's all there is. You can win 4 trophies. And look at the teams that are out there in Europe to win a European trophy. This is why when people say, well, you didn't have to beat a lot, I don't give a shit. To win a European trophy is so difficult. It's really, really difficult. And there's 3 domestic trophies to win. And look how many good teams there are in the league.
Yep.
It's hard to win trophies. It's not easy.
That's why for the likes of Newcastle and Palace last year to win domestic trophies,
It's
massive.
Huge, Kate, huge.
But the bigger teams like Liverpool, for example, because they've spent so much money, they think automatically that entitles them to win. But it doesn't work like that. It's like Anthony saying that Simmons is too lightweight. I disagree. I think he's just got to adapt to the Premier League. I've seen glimpses of this guy.
I know. I think he has got to. He needs to get a bit more strength in him, but I think that he will be a good player for us. I think that he'll grow into Tottenham. I think he will.
Verts isn't going to become a bad player overnight. He's got to get used to the Liverpool system. He's got to get used to new players, new country, so many different things. People expect a new player, obviously like Eze. He's now showing his class, but he was proven when the likes of Verts come in, Ekatike, Simons, anyone that comes from outside the Premier League, they've got to get used to the physicality, the speed, how many games are being played. I think it's so harsh. People want overnight success, and it just doesn't work like that.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it does. I mean, I remember winning the last European trophy. I remember it like it was yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
41 years I've had to wait to win another one. And people were taking the mick out of us, saying, "Well, you didn't have to beat a lot." Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
We won the European trophy. That is so hard to win. How many other English clubs have won one of these recently?
Yeah.
It's difficult to win a trophy, especially a European one.
Big up, Paige. Lovely to see you. Poor Jimbo, he's worth at least a league title and Carabao Cup. Yes, yeah. Jimbo. Yeah, this is how I feel. I'm so happy for Harry. He's won things, broken all the records in Germany and England. Harry will end his career in Germany. Yeah, I always thought he'd come back, but I listened to his interview the other day. I don't think he will. I think he will end his. But what a guy.
For me, best striker in the world. I'd have him over Haaland for the way he plays football. His all-round game. I think I would have him above Haaland. He's a fantastic player, and I don't think that opposite fans give him the credit he deserves. Some of them. He's
because he hasn't won. He didn't win anything in England, but that's not his fault that he played for Spurs. You've only got to look at his record.
Loyal, Kate.
Yeah, and I wish him. I'd love for Bayern to win the Champions League. I want him to win as much as possible because he was such a servant for our club.
I mean, how ironic he goes and we win a European trophy.
Yeah,
it's mental.
Yeah, Ben, I agree. I think Maddison is our most creative player, and we do miss him massively. Smash the like button. Truly lovely couple. Thank you, Anthony. It does help the channel as well. It's why we forced Vieira out to introduce Ethan Wanieri. One's lightweight, one's not. Personally, I think Spurs did well getting rid of Levy. The rest is the new history waiting to be written. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Poch was not an elite manager, but he knew a baller and he developed players. Arteta isn't an elite manager, but he may have something about him once come the end of the season. Keep the talk real. Yeah,
Well, look,
I agree with what you're saying there.
well, look, right. One thing I've noticed with Arteta, right. I'm not his greatest fan, right, but one thing I've noticed with Arteta that he's so important. That I think that he's starting to get his subs right, which he never
Yeah.
did before for me. I think he made a lot of mistakes with his subs, when to do them, what ones to do. But I think that I've seen this season, he's starting to get that right. He's taking the right people off, putting the right people on at the right times as well, which is
Yep.
an important part of football. I tell you, really important. I was screaming the other day, Kate, about
Thomas Frank.
Yeah, he needed to get a couple of the players off. You could see their legs were gone, and they were
He
making.
did leave it a bit long against
He
PSG.
left
He
it
should
too
have
late
done it.
for my liking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erwin says, Kate, we definitely need a proper striker. Look at all the strikers we've had over the years. Now we don't even have a 10-goal season striker, let alone a 20-goal scorer. Badly need one. Yep. They're hard to come by, though. Football affects my mental health, but Kate's right. If you feel you can't cope, please ask for help. Absolutely. Dark Knight. Massively important on this channel, as we are partners with Legend on the Bench. Mental health, suicide prevention is number one on the agenda. I hate to think of anyone ever feeling like they're on their own. There's so many people out there, as well as us, and our email is always open to anyone. At Arsenal, we may never know if he's an elite level manager. We may only know this: when he goes to other jobs, if he doesn't win with Arsenal, he's still quite new as a manager. Yep, it's true.
I mean, this season, that could all change. If he wins the Premier League, so let's say he wins the Premier League and the Champions League this season and does the double, right? Everything's going to change about how people talk about him.
Yeah, 100%, 1,000,000%. Big up to the coffee, Mr. Kaufman. Benny, he's got his driving test on Monday, bless him.
Well, good luck, mate.
How many days till Christmas? What is it? 27. I'm going to have to start watching Christmas films, Jim, because I'm not feeling festive at all, even though we've got our decorations up. Twisted, you might as well ask if the Pope is Catholic. I would take Poch back tomorrow because I love him. In fact, I wouldn't take him tomorrow because that would be disrespectful to Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank has got to get at least a season. But would I take him back one day? Yes, I would. Jim, would you take Poch back?
Not right this second, no, because I like Frank, and I think Frank's going to take his places if the board back him. It's a bit.
One day, would you take him back?
Yeah, of course I would. I liked Poch. I still disagree with you, Kate, and a lot of people about Poch. I think Poch went at the right time for his own mental health. I think that he was starting to look like he was banging his head against the wall because he wasn't getting backed. And some of the players we had were getting older and wasn't performing. So I think Poch went at the right time for his own career and his mental health. He looked really worn down, when he went. So I think it was the right time for him. But of course, I'd have him back. Yeah, definitely.
Ben, what a legend through the bad times and the good. 2 years as a member of the Perfect Match stroke Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs stroke Kate and Jimbo. Thank you so much, Ben. That's massively very, very nice of you. And I'm going to send you a little something in the post.
Is that how long we've been going?
What?
2 years.
Well, you haven't. You joined later on. I've been going over 2 years.
Yeah, but you got to admit, your subs have trebled since I've joined.
No, they've gone down massively. I've been going now, June, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I know.
I thought Ben was one of the first members.
Yeah, but you can't become a member straight away. You have to get.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, I swore Ben was one of the first members.
Boris says Frank could win the treble, and some of our fans would be upset as we stuck with Frank and didn't give Angie's third season. Absolutely.
I don't get upset if we don't win anything at the end of the season. And the reason being, I want to win stuff. Of course I do. And like when we won that European trophy, which we did win last year. It was, to me, it was ecstatic. Look, it was like, oh my God. But if we don't win a trophy at the end of the year, I don't sit there crying, right? Because it is so hard to win a trophy when you've got Liverpool, you've got Arsenal, you've got City, you've got these other teams now, you've got Chelsea, you've got these other teams coming up, Newcastle, Palace. Bournemouth.
Villa.
It's so Villa, of course, Villas. Yeah, it's so hard. And so if we don't win, when I don't sit there crying, I enjoy the good games when we have good games. When we have bad games, I kind of shrug it off now. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, absolutely right, Ben. Spurs fans want instant good football and trophies. It don't happen. We have to either stick with one manager and build, or just bring back Ryan Mason and play with kids in a non-Jimmy Savile way.
Do you know what, Kate? Right, when we had Poch, and I hear people saying, "Well, we never won anything under him," which we didn't win anything under him. But when I think of some of them games we played against big clubs and how we beat them and the football we played, for me, it was just phenomenal. And I know it's about winning trophies, but it's about individual football matches as well. When we beat Liverpool,
I look back, Jim, at that Poch time, and I cannot believe we didn't win nothing.
I know.
So good.
It's just the way it was. It's the way football is. But when we beat Liverpool, it was 3 or 4-1, and we ended that.
Lovren.
Ended his career that game because Kane just mugged him off so much, and I just think of games like that. We were just phenomenal.
It's all ifs, buts, and monkey nuts, right? But if we was at our prime now with Poch, and you look at the way the season's going, I'd have us to win this league. And that's no disrespect to Arsenal, but I would have us to win this league because we were incredible. But we just was up against, I know Leicester won it, so that's not really a good thing. We just couldn't get over the line.
We were
Chelsea we're up there. But yeah, Iceman says, good evening, Kate and Jimbo, everyone in chat. Hope you all had a great day. Good to see you, Iceman. It is Friday. Paul says social media's changed everything. Everyone has a right to their opinion, but yeah. If it's even to Modric, one of the best midfielders of all time, a few months to get, of course it did.
Yeah.
It does take people time. Harry is destined for Barca, in my opinion. Oh, I don't think he will with that high line for life. I'm not sure about that. I forgot how good Luca was and his love for Spurs. Yeah, what a player.
And Bell.
Yeah.
Some of the games we watched Bell, and he ripped teams apart on his own in the Champions League against was it Atletico? Was it Atletico or AC Milan? Wasn't it?
AC Milan, yeah.
And he scored the hat trick.
Yeah, Nita says, I don't need social media. I know how I feel about my beloved Spurs, win, lose, or draw. Yeah. Kane's problem is not considered glamorous. Yep, 100%. Benny says, Arteta is proving to be an absolute genius when it comes to fundamentals of football. Yep, that's true. Dark says, Kate Jimbo, it's Friday and I have a club to entertain. Thanks. I'll defo drop by again. Thank you for coming in, Dark Knight. Lovely to meet you. And have a good Friday night. Enjoy. We can spin this. There's hope. But in reality, if we don't get a result against Dortmund or Frankfurt, we're out the Champions League, says Daniel. We've got the small matter of Fulham before then. And I think Newcastle before them and someone else. Because there's no Champions League next week, I think, because we've got Newcastle on Tuesday night. So, big up Yogi Bear says, time to watch Die Hard.
I watched all them a few months ago. I watched them one after the other, not all in the same day, obviously, but I love them films. I just love them.
They bore me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I've seen them so many times.
The next ones I want to watch are the Bourne ones. I love them.
No, well. I liked them, but I've just seen them too many times. This is why Jimbo, I think, he's either here for another 5+ years or leaves end of the season. Arteta, I assume he means silverware. Yeah.
If he wins something, they're going to keep him, and they definitely. But if he doesn't win something, I don't know what they'll do.
No,
I don't know. But look, the thing is, he's as I said, I've said this to you before. I think, Matt, that sometimes there's no disgrace in coming second, right? You lost by a point, right? And in my opinion, when you lost by a point, you actually threw it away. I thought you did. But there's so many good teams in this Premiership, in this league. It's fucking hard to win the Premiership. It's so hard.
Just gifted 5 memberships, and it went to lots of gooners. Matt got a membership. Nita got a membership. Vindaloo got a membership. Ben Bryant got a membership, and Lee Smithy Smith got a membership. I will give another 5 away in a little while as well. Good evening to you, Wayne Bonner. Looking forward to a nice 2-0 win tomorrow. That is the score I have predicted as well.
Mate.
And Wayne has gone and become a YouTube member. Thank you so very much indeed. And yes, the cough. I think you were the first ever
I thought
member.
he was, yeah.
So thank you very much
I think it
indeed.
was Koff and Bobby Kay were the first 2 members.
If I remember correctly, after we got to the Champions League final with Poch, Levy didn't give him any money to buy new players. Yep, you're exactly right, Owen. Kate started the channel. We were talking old school sweets on the channel and such. Yes, I always sat here with a big pack. Mind you, look, she says with a big pack of sweets, and she just demolished the whole bag. Oh, Jesus. Such a greedy fat cow I am. Ryan Mason has fallen off in the championship, West Brom. What'd you say?
You're a bitch.
Oh, yeah, I know that. What did Erwin say? Yes, Kate used to talk about old sweets on her channel. I know, I do love sweets. Instant good football. People do realise we conceded more goals at this time in the season than what Ange did. Oh, Daniel, stop being such a negative Nancy. If Levy backed Poch, we'd have at least 1 title and a few cups in our cabinet.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's one of them over all the years, all right, 55 years. I think I've supported Spurs. Yeah, for about 55, 56 years, right? That is one of the biggest criminal things I've ever seen in this club. Them not backing Poch when we had that team, and players would have come to us because we were such a good team.
That's 16, 17 under Poch, unbeaten at White Hart Lane and letting 9 goals in 19 games and never won the league. I know. I literally find it so baffling that we never won. Poch's team was great. I loved every second of it. I just loved watching him.
Criminal.
It was, and he was so, you could see it broke him because he was that close to achieving something spectacular with Spurs, and Daniel Levy just wouldn't back him because he wanted to build a stadium. Yeah, Premier League midweek next week as part of the festive fixtures. 2-1 to Fulham, says Anthony. Wow. To be fair, our record against Fulham isn't particularly great, but your first ever Premier League game. Wow, Matt, enjoy. Big up to you, Anthony Clark. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
If they lose, Matt, you're going to be the bog.
Jimmy says, are you confident we beat Fulham tomorrow, and if so, why?
Who, me?
Yes,
I'm confident we beat them. You want my scoreline? 3-0. 3-0. I fancy we're gonna start picking up wins at home now. I think that last PSG game is going to give them confidence, and they're going to start. I think Frank knows he's got to start playing forward now. And the thing is, if we'd been playing forward in a lot of the other games, right, I think we would have got to have more points on the board.
Yeah.
So look how we looked pushing forward. It's going to be a little bit harder because they're not going to be as open as PSG. You know, they're going to be a little bit more sit back a bit. But yeah, 3-0.
I know you had Poch, but he had a much better team than Frank has got. So do you think that even if you brought Poch back, he could do any better? Look, I don't think any manager could do better with what we've got. That's why I don't want Poch back yet. I think Frank's got to be given the chance to build a team, and he knows already who he doesn't want. Let's not be silly about it. I don't think Brennan Johnson fits into his system. But one day I would like to see Poch back. I think he's got unfinished business, and I think now Levy's gone, it kind of gives him a little bit of an open door. Iceman, I don't care that Gooners have got memberships because they support this channel, and you know what? They come in, we have a laugh, and I don't care who you support. If you're nice and you come in,
Some of the Gooners are our friends. So
some of the Gooners in here are nicer than some of the Spurs fans. I'm just going to put it out there. Erwin says 3-1 to Spurs. I'm going 2-0 to Spurs. I wouldn't change a thing. I would try and would I change a thing? I'm not sure, but I'd try and keep it roughly the same as we did against PSG. I like the 2 strikers. I liked Richarlison and Muani up front. And I'm feeling weirdly confident, which is very strange. And I feel a little bit like I need a shower, but I am. Ben, you're welcome always. Big up, Robbie says, evening, Kate, Jim, and all in the chat. Great to see the channel back. Always good to see you. Erwin says, bring back Christian Gross. All is forgiven.
oh my God.
Don't. Evening, Ed. Good to see you. Robbie says Wednesday was much better than I thought it would be. Our pressing was great and we looked dangerous throughout. Bad at the back, but it was the champions of Europe. Statement from Muani and Gray. Do you know what? I couldn't agree more with that, Robbie. I thought Muani was excellent.
Very good as well.
I think Gray had an actually flawless performance. I can't think of one thing he did wrong.
He was good.
I thought he might be over enamoured by the occasion and the team.
Say that to Lubo.
I know. I think Lubo was very excited at how good Gray done. Fulham 2, Tottenham 2. That's what I think the game on Sunday will be against Chelsea and Arsenal. Kate, love them red lips. Look, I can't help it. I love red lipstick, even though it's Arsenal. And I've got a kind of a ready look. They're actually a sparkly burgundy, but I am going red nails next because I'm having Santa hats. So, I'm sorry, but I've got to do it. It's Christmas. Tottenham under Poch was sublime. Yep. Jimbo, I went to Arsenal 2, Brighton 0 in the Carabao Cup, so I'm unbeaten so far this season. Fulham will be fresher than Spurs. I do feel that the youngsters will give everything. Iceman said, I'm sick and tired of us keep getting rid of managers. We need to stick with one and back them bottom line. Look what Arsenal done with Blockhead. Exactly. That is, look, Anthony Clark, I hear you. Our defence the last couple of games has looked shaky, but I actually think we'll keep a clean sheet against Fulham. I'm going to put it out there as well. I think we will. The only thing is Romero can't play, but I've got full faith in Danso. I heard Alex slagging off Danso today, saying he doesn't think he's been a good addition. I think he's going to be a brilliant player.
Who said that?
Salty Alex Crook.
Oh, yeah, but he's just a dickhead, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just talks an absolute load of shit.
Yeah. Phil Coys is in the house. Big up, Phil. Lovely to see you. Only 3-0 this time, Jim. He's been very conservative. Why have Arsenal fans here? You'll bottle it in due time, like every season. Maybe. I think this year might be their year, but we will see. 3-1 for Spurs, Jimbo. I know you probably answered this loads of times, but who would you bring in the January window?
Do you know what?
Ivan Toney. That's who I'm saying.
I'm not sure, and I'll tell you why, Erwin, because I watch a lot of Sean when he does his like 30 minutes, 40-minute clips, and he brings up players I've never heard of, right? And I'll be honest, I'm not one for knowing a lot of players abroad, and he brings up players I've never heard of that sound way he talks about them with their XG and stuff, brilliant. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of the wrong person to ask for that. I mean, I wouldn't mind Ivan Toney, but I think we could probably get better out there.
I'd like Ivan Toney under Frank again. 4-1 Spurs Muani hat trick. Lily Whiteley, Robbie says, I won't judge if Frank's the right man until next season when he's had a couple of summer windows and injured players back. Been a mixed bag. Yep, I think that's fair.
Oh, and I'll tell you what I would like, Semenyo. Oh, God, I'd love to get us to get
He's going to Liverpool, I think. Poch built his team. Frankie's still learning, but he does need to cut the over rotation. Yep. Loads of tickets. Do you know what? I know there's people wanted us to go to Fulham, but we just couldn't get down there. It costs so much bloody money to go to the football for us. It costs a frigging fortune. And my back, if you could see me walking at the minute, I literally look like I've shit myself. I can't stand straight up because my back's so bad. So I look like a right idiot walking into the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, we live like 4 or 5 hours from there.
I want to see Gray get more game time. He's good now, but given games and time, he's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, I think that's fair. Kate, what's the best way to trick my wife to wear red lipstick? You know what you want to do?
She's a Chelsea fan.
Go to charlottetilbury.com and buy her the lipstick called the Walk of No Shame. Just give it to her, because once she tries it, I'm telling you now, she won't want to wear nothing else. It goes on like velvet and it's a beautiful colour.
And Kate does walk the walk with no shame. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I've got no shame. But seriously, and it's 25% off at the minute because it's Black Friday. And I'm not earning anything for this, but Charlotte Tilbury, you can't beat it. It looks swanky. Look, it looks pretty. But honestly, just buy it for her. Walk of no shame and tell her that you think it's her colour. And I would find that so romantic if Jim did that for me and said, look, I really think this is your colour, and I would wear it all the time. So that's my little, any more marriage advice, come to me. Big GBC fan. How you roasting my manager like this? PS, I still don't get the Lego head, blockhead reference, because he looks like a Lego man. His hair's never out of place. Yeah. He looks like it's been sprayed on.
Matt, go and look at Action Man, right? Or go and look at the little Lego man.
Scarlet or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he looks like his hair's been sprayed on there.
Odds on Richie scoring 4 games in a row. I think he's got a good chance. Gray gets way too much stick off our fans. Look what he had to do last year. Didn't let us down for a young lad. Yep. And the thing was, fans need to get behind the players. Otherwise, you destroy them. And not only that, this is what annoys me more than anything. You start slagging off young players. Look at the mental health issues Dele Alli had. Look at the mental health issues Richarlison had. You don't know what anyone is going through. I just think just being a little bit kinder to each other, it doesn't cost anything. We've conceded 9 goals in 2 games to the 2 of the best teams in Europe. Exactly. The overreaction is frigging ridiculous. Not in January, but in summer, we should get Stiller instead of Polinia. We'll probably end up with Ben Stiller, GBC. Another 5 memberships have gone out there. Let's have a look at who they went to. And I think more Gooners. Which is quite funny. They went to Chris Green, Barbaric Disdain, obviously a Tottenham fan. Som224, I believe, is a Gooner. Gooner Paul, definitely a Gooner. And James Talk Spurs. So congrats to you all on your memberships. That's the 10 I can give away. So enjoy. Just a little thank you for bearing with us while we took some time out. It does mean so much to us. And to the existing members that have kept their memberships up, we can't thank you enough. Honestly, it just blows our mind, the support we get. It's amazing. Big up Harmless Potato says, big up Kate and Jim. I still don't rate Arteta. Arsenal are where they are because of their transfers. Without Arteta, they'd be league champions twice. That's something.
I kind of agree with that. I think they would have won more trophies, but I do think that this year he looks like he's coming good. I think he's learned from a lot of his mistakes. But I do agree with Harmless Potato there. I think if they'd have had a different name in there, the right name, I think they'd have won a few trophies. That year they lost it by a point. If I'd have been an Arsenal fan, I'd have been really crying. I would have been, because they threw it away.
Matt says,
sorry, Kate, that was a lot to do with Arteta making stupid substitutions and starting people in the wrong positions.
If we bottle this league, I'm deleting myself from the internet digitally, not in real life, in case anyone's worried. I will find you, Matt. I'm going to find everyone. I am going to get receipts and everything. Big up to all the new members. Yes, thank you, Flossie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Anthony. Harmless Potato has just had a baby. Look, member for 9 months. We've got a baby potato or a new potato. A new potato. Thank you very much, Spud. Appreciate it. Big up to Wayne as well with a £2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, who would you sell in the January transfer window?
You want me to go first? You go first.
I would sell Brennan Johnson, because I think he did brilliant for us under Ange. I don't think he suits the system. I would sell Richarlison because even though he's scoring goals, he's not that guy. I would sell.
It's hard to say with Odebert and Tell at the minute. I think we've
Yeah, I
got to
wouldn't.
give Tell time.
I know people hate them, but I see signs that Odebert has got something, and that Tell. But I would rather they weren't first choice. But as squad players, I know certain people watch this and go, "Stand on what she's talking about. They're not good enough." That remains to be seen. I don't think I've really fully made my mind up yet.
I think I'd get rid of Bentancur, replace Bentancur.
Yeah, I think I'd get rid of Bentancur as well. Actually, he was dreadful. He was for me was one of the negatives against PSG. I don't think he brought anything to the table really.
He does have a good game here and there. And some games I look at him and I think, why don't he play like that all the time?
See, Maddison, I love Maddison when he's fit and he plays well, but he worries me because he's not fit enough. He can't stay fit, so he does give me concerns. I'm not going to lie. I mean, is there anyone that I've missed that you think we should sell to? I mean, Scarlett.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a look in, does he?
No, he doesn't get a look in.
I mean, would you sell Richie?
Yeah, I think I would, Kate. I think I'd want to upgrade on him.
Yeah.
You know, I just think if you've got you've got to upgrade some of these players. I'm sorry, you have. And look, I was one of these guys that stuck up for Johnson because I thought he'd done well under Ange, right? Considering how bad we were, right? He kept us in games and he won us games, you know, all through the season. But I think he's too lazy for a Frank team. I don't think he works hard enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just got to bring this up. Som2 says, I've received membership for a Spurs fan show. Thanks for the gift, but I don't want it. Laugh out loud. Big up Kate and Jimbo. Som, just look at it that you've received a membership to a channel that talks about all Premier League. We don't just talk Spurs. We talk about the whole Premier League. We are primarily Spurs fans, but if you watch me on the terrace, you'll know that I do talk about other clubs. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone we've missed, is there? I mean,
someone tell us if we missed someone.
I was going to say Sarr for a minute. I'm not convinced by Sarr.
I'm not convinced by Sarr either. He's another one that has some really good games, and then he goes missing against PSG, right? And I hate saying this, but I think he cost us.
Yeah.
I do. I think he not thinking.
Yeah. Brennan, I'd love to get rid of Brennan. Lancashire playing again for Oxford. Would you bring him back in January to get some game time instead of Richarlison? I'd rather sell Richarlison and get someone new because we've got Dane Scarlett on the bench. He never gets any game time.
We need to spend some money, some big money, and get some big players in if we want to challenge. Swapping. Look, I'm not being funny, but swapping Richarlison for Lancashire. What? Is it a massive upgrade? Is it an upgrade? It's a chancy one. Is it upgrade or not upgrade? You know. So, Erwin, I'm really not the one for talking for
transfers.
Transfers and formations because I don't really look at. I'm a 4-4-2 man, right? All this inverted shit.
That makes it sound like you're a missionary position sort of guy.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not. Right. All this fucking pivot and all that. I'm not into all that. I'm a bit old school. I like 4-4-2, right? And I don't know loads about foreign players. I know some of them, obviously, but I don't know loads about them. That's why I watch people like Sean because he talks about them, and I do want to learn about some of them. But I wouldn't have a clue if they'd fit into our team after the ones he talks about.
I said this yesterday. We use the word elite and world class too cheaply in football. In the Prem, name me the best player in the Prem right now. Good players, not elite or class as yet. Declan Rice, Caicedo, both excellent. Alisson, Donnarumma, Haaland.
Caicedo.
I said him.
Oh, did you?
There's not that many. I mean, Van Dijk, he was. I don't know if he still is. I mean, he played basketball the other day doing that. But Daniel, it's not that I want positivity. I don't want anyone to come in here and be false positive or but it's just we was having quite a nice little laugh and a chat. And I think after 12 games, it's disrespectful and it's premature to suggest that the job is too big for Thomas Frank. I don't think he's
Yeah.
had enough time.
So yeah, it's not,
He's still
positive.
got Andy's team for the most part.
Yeah, it's just, I just think, Daniel, I don't think that we can judge him yet. I
Yeah.
think we need to give him time. You
In a
know,
year's time, in a season's time, and you're sitting there, I'll go fair dues if that's what you think. You know, you've got every right or whatever. But I think after 12 league games, it's way too soon.
and the thing is, Daniel, is how many managers have started off terrible and ended up being good? Potts didn't start off good. You
No,
know,
Arteta didn't either.
he's got to adapt to the players, right? The players have got to adapt to him. The club's got to adapt to his way of doing things. You know, he needs a few windows. You know, he's not blessed with a fantastic forward line. We know that. Right? It's just we need to give the guy time.
A lot of injuries.
Let it all unfold. If we get rid of him, we bring another manager in. He's got the same players.
Yeah, exactly. Say Archie Gray 3 times and Lubo turns up. But yeah, that's the thing. I think, you know, I said to Terry that people will say this is a narrative. It's not, but Arsenal are bossing the league because so many have dropped off. Liverpool have dropped off. Man City have dropped off. Chelsea are the only ones, but they're still 6 points behind. Who have I missed? Liverpool, Man City. I don't know. But anyway, there's been some real drop-offs this year. I mean, Man City looked like they were starting to hit form and then they lost that game. And I'm not taking anything away from Arsenal, but there has been a drop-off from everyone else.
Well, what a City behind them now?
9, is it?
I mean, I think if City won the other day, they were 3. If they beat Arsenal,
7. 7.
they had a chance to go 4 points behind them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they messed it up. Yeah.
Villa are 8 points behind them. Madness.
I mean, they are playing good football. Let's not take it away from them. They don't guarantee the league.
No, their performance against us was phenomenal. Eze was absolutely phenomenal. But yes, Matt,
we were very bad, Kate.
Yeah, but yes, I have got your number, so there's no hiding. To be honest, I want to see Kate and Muani up front versus Fulham. I'd be open to seeing that.
Yeah, me too.
Odobert and Tell are good young players. They'll come good and silence the negative fans. I'd replace Maddison and Bentancur. Yeah, look, another one with Maddison. I just think the best ability is availability, and he just can't give us that. And yes, when he plays well, we play well, but does he play well often enough? Because he's always bloody injured. Oh no, I love Porro. I don't want Porro to go anywhere. Anthony Clark says he still thinks Arteta's going to screw it up. Bentancur, Romero, Richarlison, Porro, Biss, out of them lot, who do you think are going to be our long-term players? Romero and Porro, the only 2.
Yeah, I forgot we still got Biss, haven't we? Yeah, I think them 2 as well.
I think there's a chance we could keep Bentancur because he's just signed a new contract, but I'd rather he went. Totally agree on Sarr. He's got the legs, he's got the attitude, but the lad needs to get some awareness because he keeps messing around near the box and it's costing us.
I know, it does my name. Just get rid of the fucking ball. Just kick it. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd have been standing there and I'm a little fat bastard, right, I'd have kicked that ball away, right? What would have been dead different? The ball away, stick it out for a throw or just get rid of it. He's dithering around with it, especially against PSG. Oh.
I'd rather swap Jimbo for Richie. Can't do much worse. I'd like to see Jim attempt an overhead kick. I'm not going to lie.
I could have done. Now, I'm like Weeble. I can fall down. I can't get up.
As much as I hate to say you are miles better than anyone in this league, if you lose this title, the only way is if Arsenal are their own worst enemies. Jimbo is a Sean Dyche fanboy.
Yeah, because I like the 4-4-2. I think sometimes in games, like, look, I'm going to be honest, right? And I don't like to say it because I love Frank, but I think sometimes he overthinks things. He doesn't need to overthink them sometimes, right?
But he didn't do that at Brentford, so maybe it's because this job is so much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a good 4-4-2, and your midfield come back and help the defence, and some of the defence go forward at the right times. You know, all this.
You like a 4-4-2. I prefer a menage a trois. Just saying. Wayne Bodder says we need to change the wage barrier and offer more. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Wayne. I think you've got a good point there. We're getting left behind because of the wage structure. When you do a heart, you just do that, like you're looking for a telescope. What are you doing?
Look.
Yeah, but you've got to put your whole hand down, otherwise it looks like a circle. That's better. Yeah, but you've got to do the point.
Oh, I want that.
You've got such stupid hands and feet. They don't bend properly. Oh dear.
Still got hobbit feet.
You have got hobbit feet. If we want to be a big club, we have to act and spend like a big club. Kate, why is it disrespectful that Man United and Chelsea turned him down? Yeah, but I just think it is. I think it's disrespectful. Poch hadn't managed anyone when he came to us. He was at Southampton. You know, I just think you've got to give a guy time.
Well, Man United and Chelsea turned him down. Maybe he wasn't the right person for their club. It doesn't mean he's a bad manager.
No, of course it doesn't.
I mean, when you go, sometimes people go for jobs and you might be well qualified for that job, but they just don't think you are the right person.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think that's.
I do agree with this though as well. We're not a top 6 club at the moment. I don't think we are. I think we've got to build our way back up there because there's so many teams battling it out for those, you know, 4 place 5 and down. You've got the Villas, the Newcastles, the Crystal Palaces, the Bournemouths, the Tottenhams. There's so many teams battling. I don't think you can put any team as top 6 yet unless they cement it year on year on year on year.
Yeah,
and no one's doing that. I think Villa maybe. I don't know. We see. We shall see what happens. I don't want to be this guy who turns on a manager this quick, but like I said, I'm not seeing anything that's giving me hope. We're shocking. The football's crap, and we still concede. I thought we was good against PSG. Mistakes at the back, yes, but generally
individual errors again.
Yeah. Wasn't there a drop off last? Yeah, there was a drop off last season, which is why Liverpool. You know, I remember when you had the title race when Man City were at their pomp and people chasing them, and Man City wouldn't drop a point. You know, they were incredible. Now you can lose a game. Like if Arsenal lose a game, they're still going to be 3, 6, whatever points in front. I like it. Well, I don't like it. Sorry, when someone runs away with it, I like it to be tighter than that. And I just think that the fact that even it's being considered that the title race could be over in November is a real bad reflection on the Premier League. Joe Beasley says it's easier to keep Van der Ven, Cutie, Spence, Danso, Paulinia, Deki, Madders, Kolo, Muani, Kudos, and maybe Big Vic and Dragushin. Oh, yeah, see, I'd get rid of Dragusin as well. I don't rate him.
I don't think he's had a fair crack at the whip yet. See what he can do. No.
Yeah, that was one of them moments where Thomas Frank really shouldn't have said anything. Talk about the football gods.
I didn't even know he said it. It was only during the game. Kate told me he said it, and I never even knew he said it. And I went, he wouldn't say that. Actually, when he did say it.
Oh, Harmless Potatoes on Frank's case says, give him time to do what? Seriously, Frank and his idea of football are not compatible with Spurs. If he keeps playing like a Poundland Jose, then he doesn't deserve another second. Wow. Harmless Spud, he's giving it large. I reckon Thomas Frank's threatened him with a potato peeler. That's what I reckon. Wayne Bonner says Liverpool lost players. Man City need a major rebuild and Chelsea have too many players. I agree. He's got to keep playing like he did against PSG. Agree,
yeah,
1,000,000%.
That's what I said earlier. He needs to let them loose.
It's Arsenal's to lose this season. It certainly is. I don't call us a mid-table team. I just don't think we're a top 6 guaranteed team anymore. I just think that the league has changed so much and it's got a lot more competitive for those sort of places. But yeah, I agree as well. The transfer budget has hindered us. Nor do I, Kate, but Porro ain't even Nor do I, Kate. But Coro ain't ever been played in the position that he should be playing. His feet on the ball is class. Yeah, Jimbo's always said it, and Jim, play him on the wing.
From the first time I saw him play, I said it.
Yeah. Big up. Erwin says, still loves you, Jimbo and Kate. Really nice to see you both again, as we say in Ireland, fecking legends. Don't be a stranger, Erwin. Don't stay away too long. We love seeing you.
I'll give you one of my good thoughts.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Hartnett. Paddy is here. Says, evening, you wonderful people. I've not seen you in a while. Hope all's well. Up the Spurs and all that malarkey. In Frank, I don't trust. Are you Frank out, Paddy? There's a lot of Frank on the fences and Frank doubters, shall we say? We're not a mid-table club. If fans want to drop their standards to the 90s, fair enough. We finished 17th once. We've been in the top 6 consistently since 2006. I still think it's changed, though. Nothing better than a title race going to the last day with a helicopter on standby. That's how I feel. I love it. That Man City, Man United title race with Aguero's moment was frigging amazing. Amazing. I've got my Taco Bell, so I'm settled. Never had a taco. I've never had a taco, but I've never had a Taco Bell either, obviously. I don't even know if I like tacos. What are they? They're crispy.
I mean, they're things they put stuff in, stuff shit into.
Yeah, but are they like crispy? Because like tortillas are soft, aren't they?
I've never had a taco.
We're taco virgins. We need to go and break our virginity.
I'm just a complete virgin.
Virgin on the ridiculous. I'll give you that. Wayne says, I'll stick with and back Frank. He's learning and he'll take care of business. Give him the players in January and the summer with a new wage structure. Burritos and wraps.
I want to know Paddy's. I want to know Paddy's Frank out.
Yeah, Paddy. Tacos are crispy. Burritos. I don't know if I've had one of them either. I've had, what do we have? Fajitas.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm absolutely clear. We've been a mid-table squad for the last 25 years, except for Bale and Kane. We've never finished in Champions League spots without them. Big up, Ray. Got a point. I said earlier about Kane. Did what?
Getting the Champions League without them.
We didn't finish in a Champions League spot, though, you wally brain. There needs to be an order in departures, otherwise we'll end up worse. Frank just needs to work on the attacking side of the game, let the attacking players off the leash. Yeah. We need better attacking players as well. They bang as well, Kay. I'm going to have to try one. I've never, ever had one, but I'm not a fan of minced beef. And I always think that if you have a taco, it's going to have minced beef in it. And I'm not really a fan of minced beef. So I don't know if you can have like other stuff in them. This is an honest question. If it's bad and he's gone by February, would people then moan that we've wasted a January transfer window with a manager who's gone a month later? Well, what I would say is, first of all, if he's gone by February and we've gone for the sort of players that the Spurs way, and we're going to go to a manager who plays in a similar way to Frank, then it won't have been a waste. But I would probably moan, yeah. If we sacked him in February and we've just had a transfer window, then yeah, I would probably be the person that's sitting in moaning that we should have got rid of him sooner. But I just don't see him sacking him this season. And what about you, Jimbo?
Well, I can't really see us being at the top half of the table all season, right? If you want to know the truth, I don't think we will be, and I think that they've got to stick with him. You know, if we finish 8th, 9th, 10th this season, so be it. You know, he's had his season. You know, and we move on to next season and hope the standard goes up. Yeah, I just think to myself, you've got to the guy's got to get used to the club and the players and vice versa. He's got to install his way into them. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. We've seen it with managers in the past. The same thing, you know. I'm not going to use certain managers' names, but we've seen it so many times with managers. They don't start off well, and the first season's like 50-50. Then the next season they kick in. I think if you sack him and we're just starting again, and then that manager's going to come in, there's going to be players he doesn't like, you know, and he might have to develop them, these younger players, into the way he wants them to play again, and they're changing everything. It just drives me mad. Just stick with the guy and let him. 12 games he's been here. 12 games. Give him a chance.
Just before we go, Jim, because we've been waffling on for an hour and a half. Can't believe it's gone so quick. Obviously, there's a massive game on Sunday. Chelsea host Arsenal. Arsenal's record at Stamford Bridge is very good. Chelsea's record against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge isn't very good. How do you see this game going?
Well, I think this is going to be one of them games like we had with Chelsea. Back to the bridge. I think it's going to be a real hard game for both of them, and they're both going to want to win it. And I don't think it's going to be like sometimes they kill each other with the way they play. I don't think this is going to be like that. I think it's going to be a real one of the best games of the season. I really do.
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to go, because Chelsea are at home, I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea. Oh, look what Matt put.
I know, is why I'm laughing. I've actually gone for a 2-2 draw, but it is one of those games where I won't be shocked if Arsenal win, and I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked if Chelsea win.
No, I won't be shocked if Arsenal win. I won't be sitting there thinking, "Oh my God." I mean, Arsenal could win it 2-1. It could be 1-0. It could be 0-0. But I don't see it being 0-0. I think there'll be goals, but I think it's going to be a real tough game. And I expect there to be a lot of yellow cards.
See, with my heart, which is what I've gone with, I've gone 2-2. If I was going to say it with my head, I would probably go 3-2 to Arsenal or 3-1 to Arsenal, because I just think they've got the bit between their teeth. And although Chelsea beat Barcelona did have 10 men. I just think Arsenal are just a complete package. But I hope I'm going to go with my heart, like I do sometimes, and I am going to go for a 2-2 draw. But I cannot wait. It's going to be a brilliant game. I hope it's not one where they just cancel each other out and it's really boring. I love the chat. Banter's healthy, so is talking with good people. Never be afraid if you need to talk to someone. Nastiness is never required, not just in football. Life is not always easy. Spot on.
Too short. Enjoy it.
Had an Arsenal mate tell me it'd be 2-2 and another one is worried about the game. Chelsea are a really good side and they've hit a bit of form. So 2-1 Arsenal. Jimbo, what's your prediction with your head?
Look, I this is my head, right? I think I want Chelsea to win because I want the title race to stay tight, right? I enjoy a title race when it's really tight. Like you said, with the one that went down to the last game, I mean, you can't get that as one of the best seasons ever. But with my head, I think Chelsea are really going to be up for this. But look, I will be honest, that could be their undoing.
Yeah.
Right? If they're up for it too much, that could be their undoing if Arsenal keep their head. But I think it's going to be 2-1 Chelsea or it'll be 2-2. I think there'll be goals.
See, I think it will be a draw or an Arsenal win. I just don't see Chelsea winning it. But look, we'll have to wait and see. All I hope is it's a really good game because I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching the game on Sunday afternoon. And I'm with you. I mean, obviously, as a Tottenham fan, I don't like Chelsea. I don't like Arsenal. But if I had to pick, I'd rather Chelsea won the league because they've won it a lot anyway recently, whereas Arsenal haven't won it since 2003. So I would rather Chelsea won it. And the second point is, like Jim said, we want a close title race. Don't want it to all be over by Christmas.
I don't want Arsenal to win it. I don't. But if they did, I'd be happy for some of the Arsenal.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to hide and have a meltdown. I mean, some people are saying they're going to leave the country and close their channels.
Some of the Arsenal fans they're all right.
Excuse me, even Egal. He does give it large, but do you know what? He's such a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. I know he is. I know that you have good chats with him off of the screen.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
You've always said to me he's a really good guy off screen.
You know, football does bring out the passion in people, and it can make you a bit crazy. Anyone who hasn't seen Saeed's reaction to the Man United loss to Everton, you please watch it. Watch LB's version where he's talking over it. It's the frigging funniest thing. A guy will come all the way from Texas to watch Man United take on Everton and left her all the way from Texas and left early. Who said what, Matt? Who said what? What did I say? Let them Arsenal have it. Come on, Chelsea. I know less Chelsea fans away from my YouTube space, so as much as I hate Chelsea, I won't have to hear about it every day. Oh my God, do you know what, Matt? I watched it twice because it made me laugh to the point where I was crying. It was so funny. But look, I can't remember who said it. Oh, do you know what? I've seen more than one person say it, but I can't remember. But certain Tottenham fans have said they're going to close their channel down.
It's football, and it's important to all of us. We love our clubs, and we don't like other clubs. But at the end of the day, it's football, and there's so many much more important things in life.
Ed, and when he calls her and he goes, excuse me, and he goes, oh, fuck her. He's going to apologise to her because she didn't turn around. But yeah, shut the fuck up respectfully, right? Respectfully, shut the fuck up. Like, you could ever say that respectfully. And the fact that he's looking around to for that woman who said, listen, enjoy the atmosphere. He's trying to see who said it. It was comedy timing. It was just a magnificent video. And I watched LB talking over it and I thought he did a brilliant job. And it was just hilarious. But look, it's been a brilliant welcome back stream. Big up to Benny Boy, who's been a member for 2 years. Big up to Wayne Bonner, who became a new member. All the new members that got one of the 10 memberships we gave away. Harmless Potato, who's been a member for 9 months. And Wayne Bonner for the 2 super chats. Thank you very much.
Is there anyone streaming that you can send them to?
I was just going to look for that, actually. It really was class. I mean, it was proper passion as well. I didn't feel like he was putting it on. You know, he was spitting all over the camera. He was so cross. It was just, it was.
But see, look, this is another thing with United fans, right? They've had years and years and years and years and years of winning everything, right? They had the best team in Europe or in the world. They had the best club team in the world for years and years. And they've hit some bad patches, right? I mean, if that was me, I'd just be happy for what I'd seen my club win.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way it is now. It's going to take Man United, for me, years and years to get back where they were. If they ever get back there, Kate. Yeah. So they should just be happy for what they had. Because what they had, very few clubs are ever going to see in their lifetime.
Yeah. The Can't Smile Without You writers have demanded Tottenham can't play that at the stadium, as one of them are Arsenal supporters. Is that true? I thought that was written by Barry Manilow. But I don't know. Who's live? Jess is going live in 5 minutes. So let me send you over to Jess. Make sure if you do go over there that you put Kate and Jim Raid in the chat so she knows we've sent you over. There it is. I still redirect. We are back, Jimbo and I, tomorrow night at 6:30, where we'll be joined by Lazy 8, Nick, and also Deji from Deji Spurs for the pre-match pump up for the Fulham game. And then after that, I don't know when we'll be back. We'll just pop up. Just put your notification bell on, because can't give you a set schedule right this second, because we've got loads going on over the next. I've got appointments next week, but it won't be long. Yeah, Monday I'm out.
Monday. Oh, you out Monday?
Yeah. We
could do one later. I mean, it's just working out so we don't tread on people's toes, really. But,
maybe Tuesday.
I've quite enjoyed doing the evening one. It's been quite nice.
Yeah, it's been quite nice, quite chilled. What date's Tuesday? Tuesday the 2nd. Should we do one Tuesday?
Yeah, I don't mind.
We'll do one Tuesday. But obviously, if you've got your bell on, you'll know when we're coming on, because you'll get told. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow on We Are Tottenham TV at 6:30. And then Tuesday, probably 12:30 on here as well. So have a good weekend, everyone. Enjoy the football. Thank you so much, as always, for the support. Thanks for chatting to us. Stay where you are. You'll be redirected to Jess. Jimbo, do you want to end the stream?
We're European champions, right? Worry about what anyone says. We won that trophy. We deserved it. Don't see many other English clubs picking that up, do you? And on Saturday night, we're going to smash Fulham and fucking kick their ass 3-0. Come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, back in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.